Week 15 of the 2027 season, and our focus is on the Lions' rocket arm quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Lions and the 49ers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 5 catches, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And he now has 13 touchdowns on the season. And anyone who wants to talk about 13 being a lucky or unlucky number, we know which way he's going to weigh in on that one. Lucky to the gills.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and in. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stays.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On the move past the 40. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that one is knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to their quarterback as well.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming out of the win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. On play action, they'll throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
This for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll run with Barkley. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple of plays ago that if he got in this situation, they were definitely...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift to about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, it's Henderson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Taken at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think he might have been a little bit too focused on turning upfield. He didn't stay in bounds. He caught the ball, but he wanted to catch it and run, get that rack yardage so badly, he forgot to stay in bounds first.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And Gay knocks this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown catch in the victory. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A dime look defensively for the Lions on third.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and...
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on first and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Gay's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. But right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
on third down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Gay is on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Shoves him aside.
69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run the draw here with Swift. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. A first down carry for Barkley to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got it. Touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Gay is on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
Let's have some fun. Let's get something going now.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Down inside the 10.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Flush to it, and he's going to go down again.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Seibert's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
He'll buy some time right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And he is going to have a Niners first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for San Francisco, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll have our eyes on Darnell Mooney. Always need eyes on him. 4th most catches in the NFL. It's the Bears and the Niners, and it comes your way next.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 55 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Nick Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So at that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, for a short game.
2 yards, good enough for first. The Niners at 11-3 on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now back to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding Gray going across the field. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll set up a throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Rolling to his left. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Montgomery running. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is going to be 49er football. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. 11 yards for number 11. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Kyle Pitts,
a 14-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him, because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult, because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball at every snap. Another nice job there to force the completion.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete left side to Gray.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Dancing to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
The gain knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Ready. Left, right. Black, black, yellow, left, red, up, green.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will be a Bears first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Finds Komet on the quick slant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And his kick is indeed good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Lions seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Najee Harris, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Niners, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box. establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Niners set to take over on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And a a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And the Niners are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise. Methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get to it after a gain of 7 to the 47. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A gain of 8 and a first down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Back to throw again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the 49ers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's caught by Myers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Let's go now. West, opposite, green, yellow, line.
Running for it, Montgomery. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So Montgomery denied on 4th and goal. And his 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3, we just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete, and he's out right at the 25. A gain of 22.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Back to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the 49ers, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.